Where is God in hard seasons? Most of the time, I think there is a single answer to that. Let's talk about it. So, let me first say these are not the kind of seasons I'm talking about. I'm not talking about when someone has died. I'm not talking about when someone is dying. I'm not talking about like mortal peril from accident, injury, or sickness, or those kinds of things. I do believe God shows up in those seasons in so many different ways that I wouldn't even be able to cover that right now. I'm talking about seasons where like you're being stretched financially, you're being stretched relationally. Like things are hard in your marriage or in your parenting or in your job situation, or there's directions you're trying to figure out, or that kind of thing. Um, and in those kinds of hard situations, so often we're like, God, would you show up? Would you uh, make my path straight in this way? Would you make this easier? Would you help me here? Would you do this for me? And a lot of times he just doesn't do that. And it can be very frustrating. Like we might even feel a little abandoned. And so what I think in my experience, this is what is going on in these seasons is we have to remember why God made us in the first place. This is his overarching plan for your life, for my life, for you, for me, is to conform us to his image. Genesis 1:26, he made us to be like him. That's like this is literally why we exist. It's to learn to be like him and to grow to become more and more like him. And this isn't just a moral thing, like to follow the right rules or to have the right value system. Like that's a piece of it. Yes, the righteousness is a piece of it, but wisdom is also a piece of it, and power is also a piece of it. And it's all these different aspects of who God is and his nature and his character and his ways. And we get to learn all of those things. It's just like when our kids were little, every single one of them had to go through a period of time where they had been sitting by their mom, by Amy, at the dinner table, and just to make things easier, cut down on drama, she fed them their meals. And yeah, they could feed themselves, but she would do it faster, easier, etc. And eventually, every single one of them, this is just the way that we did it in our parenting. It's not, it's not anything else than that, but they come and they sat by me and I did not feed them. They had to learn to feed themselves. And it's just, you'd watch them struggle, but they figured it out. And guess what? Our kids are 18 to 12 and all of them feed themselves and they don't even have to think about it. This is what God is doing in our lives when we're going through these stretching things. And so we can still partner with God in those seasons by asking different questions. If we ask God, instead of asking God, would you do this for me? Or God, would you come through in this way? Or God, would you help me like this? If we ask, God, what wisdom do I need? God, what skills do I need to build and practice? God, how can I grow in a way that actually makes my own path straight? And he, like the Holy Spirit, James 1, he will come and he will teach us wisdom. And almost every time, this is actually what we need in the body and in your life, in my life. We just need to actually grow in what it means to look like Jesus. So ask those questions. Ask him, God, what do I need to grow in? What skills do I need? What wisdom do I need? Ask him those questions and let me know how that goes. Let me know what happens.